Welcome into the CHGO Blackhawks podcast presented by Bet365. Download the app. Use our code CHGO365 when you sign up. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. I'm Jay Zawaski. That's Mario Tirabassi. We are live here doing a full Olympic preview for you on today's show. I guess not. I was waiting for the music and the countdown and everything, and I didn't see it.
Oh, so. It was just jumping right into it.
I guess we're jumping right into it. Yes. Anyway, thanks for being here. We appreciate it. Do us a favor, hit that. Oh, we are doing a countdown.
Got to do the countdown. Okay. We haven't done one of these in a long time. All right, live from our basements. It's the CHGO Blackhawks show.
Oh, gee, good Lord. Now you can welcome into the CHGO Blackhawks podcast.
Hello.
For our Olympics preview. We do so few remote shows that my brain just turns off when I'm in my basement. All the things that I have is like we got to do the cold open, Bet365, got to do everything. When I'm here, I'm just completely distracted because I can hear my wife upstairs. I hear the dog barking.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry about the bad cold open, but we are still presented by Bet365 as long as they don't cancel based on that cold open. Download the app, use our code CHGO365 when you sign up, whatever the moment. It's never ordinary at Bet365. And yes, indeed, we are doing a full Olympic preview today. We're going to go over some rosters, some predictions, and a little bit of a look ahead to 2030 when there might be a few more Blackhawks playing in the tournament.
Yeah, let's hope.
Yeah, that would be good. I'm here for that.
That would mean things are going better.
Yeah, you would think so. So. Yeah. So how do we want to start this? We want to start doing predictions, start going over rosters, schedules. Everything starts tomorrow. Mm-hmm. You got your first set of games tomorrow starting at, let's see, this says 9:40, and I believe that is Central Time. Slovakia and Finland, and then Sweden and Italy play at 2:10 tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And then the first U.S. game is Thursday at 2:10, and then Canada starts on Friday at 2:10 against Switzerland. So it's here, buddy.
It's here. We've been waiting for it for a long time. Been waiting for the NHL participation to come back for a long time. It's been 12 years since we've seen the technical best on best in the men's tournament, and we talked about it before the show started, before that beautiful cold open. But the idea of best on best is a little bit of an asterisk without the inclusion of Russia to the tournament. As far as you're talking about across the globe, the best men's hockey players in the world and all that stuff. So, this isn't the show for global politics, I'll say, but there is from a hockey standpoint, there is a little bit of something missing from this tournament with Russia not being involved. But what are you going to do?
I wonder if there's a way. Again, not to get political, we're not getting political, but I wonder if there's a way around it. If you could just do
they did the
Asian nation team.
Well, they did the what was it? The ROC, the Russian Olympic Committee or something, or whatever it was. It was athletes from Russia, but they weren't under the Russian flag. I don't know. It was something like that. But that team won the men's gold medal when what was that, 2018 Olympics? So yeah. I mean that was an interesting situation, but yeah, they haven't gone back to that, and I don't know. It's from a hockey standpoint, not having guys like Kucherov and Panarin and Ovechkin and all that, not part of it is there's still something a little bit missing, but we're gonna focus mainly on the guys that are going to be there.
Yeah, 100%. So the groups are important because that's how the the playoff rounds are determined. Group A is Canada, Switzerland, Czechia, and France. Group B is Finland, Sweden, Slovakia, and Italy. And Group C is the US, Germany, Latvia, and Denmark. And for those that don't know, Italy gets an automatic bid because they are the host nation. So Italy is not a team that would typically be in a tournament like this, but they are in.
Oh, how
this
dare
tournament.
you, Jay? How dare you
You know what?
besmirch the
You never know.
Italian Ice Hockey Federation?
You never
How
know.
dare you? With such great players as
Tony
Yeah.
D'Angelo.
Is he on the team?
No, I'm just that's like maybe they treat it like the World Baseball Classic where it's like, you've been to Italy on vacation, so so
They should have.
Wait, I have zero Italian blood in me. It's okay. You had pizza for lunch. You're on the Italian team.
Oh man, that would be awesome. I'm sure someone did a Italian adjacent hockey team of guys that didn't go to the Olympics. That would be great.
Yeah, Mangiapane could be on there.
Yes,
yeah. Matt Coronado would be right.
Sure, that sounds Italian. Ethan Del Mastro.
Del Mastro, 100%.
Drew Camezzo. Let's go. Get all those Italian-sounding hockey players on that team.
So as we look at the group stages here, I have a little bit of concern for the U.S. team because their path is very, very easy. And look, Germany is always tough, and Latvia always puts up a fight. Denmark, thanks for coming. I don't want them to coast. I want them to have a little bit of a early in the tournament scare, and maybe Latvia gives them that, or Germany gives them that, and they have to say, okay, wait a minute, we got to wake up, we got to play our game. I don't want them to start waking up when the games start counting.
Yeah, that's going to be tough for this group. But I mean, you look at the leadership group of this team, from their management to the players on it. Like, I think that they get the message of being ready to go right away. And I think that what we saw at the Four Nations, like the mentality from not only Team USA, but the other three countries that were there, and how that's going to translate to this tournament is going to be a big factor. I mean, you look at how each one of those players in that tournament for all those nations, how serious they took it. But especially from the U.S. side, like, you got the Kachuk brothers going through a text chat and saying, we're going to fight every Canadian at every chance. Like, they're going to take that mentality into this tournament. So I'd imagine, I'd hope that even though they have favorable matchups for each of the prelim games, I would think that they're not going to take it lightly. And if they do, they're going to get, surprised by Latvia or Denmark or something and drop points or even lose when they shouldn't.
Yeah. Let's get into the rules primer. I know Stephen Ellis, our buddy, put something on. I know you've got it at the ready here, so I'll let you go ahead and knock that out.
Speaking of Four Nations, first rule, fighting. Not allowed at the Olympics. It's an automatic game suspension and ejection from the game for the Olympic tournament. Also, Stephen adds here, an additional suspension can be imposed for any players that fight at the games at the IIHF's discretion. The point system, they do the 3-2-1 point system from the group stage in the Olympics. So 3 points for a regulation win, 2 for an overtime or shootout win, 1 point for an overtime and shootout loss, no points awarded for a regulation loss. Overtime and shootouts, in the preliminary rounds, overtime is 3-on-3 for 5 minutes, and then a shootout starts. Then in the quarterfinals and semifinals, the Olympics are going to do a 10-minute 3-on-3, followed by a shootout if necessary. In the medal games, gold and I believe bronze as well, the Olympics will have an unlimited 20-minute 3-on-3, a 20-minute 3-on-3 period until someone scores. So it'll, first overtime, second overtime, third, if it goes that far, like they do in the Stanley Cup Finals. That'll be for the medal games. There will be no medals given out via a shootout, which is how it should be.
Correct.
And then what else here?
Just to be clear, so even the medal rounds are 3-on-3 overtime.
The medal rounds overtime will be a 20-minute 3-on-3 period.
Hate it.
I mean, sure, but also like they're kind of melding the NHL rules into the Olympic rules for regular season.
All right. I'm interested to see if we get a 3-on-3 overtime, the 10-minute one.
That's in the,
If it's going to, and I guess it'd be hard to say like, well, how will it translate to the NHL? So if it's one of the top teams, so Canada, USA, Sweden, Finland, one of them, Czechia, you'd probably throw in there too. If it's to see like, did it solve? Did the game get won? I think that's 3-on-3 for 5 feels a little short. It feels a little unsatisfactory at the NHL level.
It does. I always think if you give it 10 minutes, you almost completely eliminate the shootout if you went to 10 minutes in the NHL. So
right.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be interested to see if any of those quarterfinal, semifinal matchups go into the overtime. And if they do, if they go beyond 5 minutes and see how it looks. I know it's not the most pure form of hockey, but man, could you imagine watching 20 full minutes of 3-on-3 sudden death overtime for a gold medal? Like, I know you say like, oh, I don't like that. You know, people in the chat, like just play hockey, man. Can you imagine the drama of going back and forth, chance to chance, and you got your best hockey players in the world playing that style? Like you might hate it. You might say you hate it. You will love it.
McKinnon, McDavid, and McCarr is your first guys over the boards for 3-on-3 overtime. You might not need 10 minutes.
That's crazy. I'm sure you won't.
No, you probably not.
That's crazy though. So then let's see. Other rules: checks to the head, which is a big thing with the IIHF. Referee can make a judgment on the play, but a major penalty and an automatic game misconduct will often be the result for hits to the head. So Tom Wilson, be on alert for that. For icing, it is a hybrid icing, but Stephen Ellis notes that IIHF officials tend to whistle plays dead faster if there isn't a clear race for the puck. In the Olympics, for the goal crease, if an attacking player is in the crease, even without touching the goalie, the whistle is often blown and the faceoff is moved outside of the zone. So foot in the crease, not usually allowed with the Olympics. And then one thing to mention as we are going to get into some of the rosters and some of the players there and start looking at these top teams, the Olympic rosters are 20 skaters for a game and 2 goalies. So 22 players are dressed compared to the NHL, which does 18 skaters and 2 goalies. So traditionally you will see teams dress 13 forwards and 7 defensemen regularly for these international games, which is different than the 12-6 or 11-7 in the NHL.
Interesting. Still no room for Connor Bedard though.
No.
Dumb. All right.
No,
why don't we?
Why do you need a 15th forward?
Sure. Yeah. Exactly. I don't know, man. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be really exciting. It's going to be interesting to see how the time, especially for the gold medal game, is it like 7 a.m. or something?
7 a.m. on Sunday. We'll be live from the studios in our pajamas for that gold medal game, no matter who's playing in it. But maybe the U.S. Who knows?
Hopefully. That'll make it a little more reasonable for me to get to the studio for 7 a.m.
Yeah.
All right, we should hit the break zone early because we've got a lot to get to in the show, including some rosters, some predictions, and more. So we'll talk to you in 2 minutes on CHGO Blackhawks. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. See for yourself with tip-off Tuesdays in the NBA. Place a qualifying same-game parlay bet with the safety net bet feature on a Tuesday NBA game and get $10 in bonus bets if the bet loses. Terms and conditions apply. So download the app, Use our code CHGO365 when you sign up. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. And breaking news, new customers now get $200 in bonus bets when they bet 5, win or lose. So sign up. Use our code CHGO365. Deposit $10, place a bet for 5 to get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. And those bonus bets can be used on the spreads, totals, player props, futures, and more. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. You must be 21 plus, and if you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, and this offer is in-app only.
As a man, are you starting to feel like you have low energy throughout the day? Might not have the same motivation and drive as you used to? Are you seeing the scale move up and your hair fall out? Could be a result of low testosterone. It's very common as you age and something to be mindful of. And Game Day Men's Health is mindful of that, and they want to support every man's health journey through personalized care tailored to your goals. It's a very quick and easy process, whether you want to lose some weight, keep the hair on your head, or have that testosterone go up and your energy and motivation continue throughout the day. You could be in and out of their family and locally owned clinics in about an hour, and they have an extremely high success rate for all of their therapies. And if you don't believe us, take it from their customer, Josh, who lost over 100 pounds in just about a year using their testosterone replacement therapy. Start your best life with Game Day Men's Health. Check out their locations in Skokie, Naperville, Libertyville, and more across Illinois. Or you can scan the QR code on your screen to find the one closest to you, or you can go to GameDayCHGO.com to find your local clinic.
All right, we're back on CHGO Blackhawks. Thanks for being with us. If you're wondering why we're early today, by the way, Mario is heading out to Rockford today to cover the skills competition that's happening tonight. And then the three of us, Mario, Chloe, and I, will be in Rockford for the game. We're going to talk to Kevin Korchinski and Nick Lardis tomorrow. We're going to talk to Mark Bernard tomorrow. So tomorrow's show drops at 5:30. So we're kind of splitting the difference. 11 o'clock today, 5:30 tomorrow, with all those interviews as part of it, and then back to your regularly scheduled time for Thursday and Friday. So that's why we're early today, because Mario is going to hit the road in a little bit for Rockford here. And I believe
catch my flight.
Yeah, I believe the skills competition is also on CHSN tonight.
Yeah, so if you're
thing.
in the Chicago area, you can catch it on CHSN. There's a lot of different ways to watch the AHL, but CHSN, because of the special event going on in Rockford, is going to be broadcasting the skills competition and the All-Star Challenge tomorrow. But you can, if you're outside the CHSN area, Flow Hockey TV is a great way to do it.
NHL Network has it too.
NHL Network is another option. Lots of options to watch the AHL. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Last year, Kevin Korchinski was the AHL Challenge MVP, so maybe he can do back-to-back years as MVP. That'd be a lot of fun. But yeah, it's Korchinski, Lardis, and also Brett Cini is going to be an all-star as well. He got added to the mix late, so that'll be fun for him because he's been having a good season too.
Nice. All right, let's get to some of these rosters. Should we start with the team closest to our hearts? Czechia. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I thought you were going to say for Tavo.
That too. Yeah, let's start with Team USA. That's who we are all mostly interested in. A good, solid lineup. You've got Austin Matthews, Jake Gensel, Matt Boldy, Jack Eichel, the Kachucks, Dylan Larkin, Tage Thompson, Kyle Connor, Brock Nelson, and JT Miller, and Jack Hughes, Quinn Hughes, Charlie McAvoy, Jacob Slavin, Brock Faber, Noah Hannafin, and Zach Werenski are your D pairs. And in goal, Connor Hellebuck, Jake Ottinger, and Jeremy Swayman at the same time. Good luck, Canada.
Yeah, geez, that would be a lot of fun talking about rule changes. And also, so these are the lineups as you saw on the screen there. That's from Michael Russo, who's over there from The Athletic, covering Team USA, and his buddy Bill Guerin. That's the 12-6 format from Daily Faceoff. They don't have the 13-7. So the extra forwards for Team USA are Clayton Keller and Vincent Trocheck. The extra defensemen are Jake Sanderson and Jackson Lacombe. It's a good team. It's a very good team. I think it's a team that you look at it and you saw how they fared in the Four Nations, lining up against Canada, getting to overtime, like beating them in the group stage, whatever. It's the same thing that happened to the 2010 team. They were a very good team. They matched up well against Canada. They beat them in the group stage. They took them to overtime and lost. So I'm still very confident in Team USA's abilities to dominate through this tournament and probably get to the gold medal game. I just don't see them beating Canada though. When we look at this Canada roster, it's going to blow your mind if it hasn't already, with how talented the group is. And I think, Team USA brought a very good team to the Olympics. I think they left talent at home though. And I think that's going to end up costing them. And, you got guys like JT Miller and Vincent Trocheck there. And, Mike Sullivan is the head coach, all these Rangers connections. And the Rangers are one of the teams I would least want to see Olympians from this group. I think the biggest mistakes of leaving Jason Robertson home, and to another degree, Cole Caulfield is going to cost this team if they have struggles putting the puck in net when the games matter. That's going to be looked at for the next 4 years.
Yeah, I mean, they do have a goaltending advantage. I think that is, if you're trying to make a case for Team USA to win the gold, I think that is your strongest argument, because I think man for man, they're very good. They'll be able to hang with Team Canada, especially in a short tournament. But the goalie advantage is theirs. However, we saw it in the Four Nations where Jordan Binnington, for whatever reason, when the games really matter, finds this level where he was just unbelievable in the gold medal game for the Four Nations, or the championship game, or what the hell I forgot what they called it already. But you know what I mean? The winning game, the championship, whatever, the final. Yeah. He was really, really good and had the advantage over the U.S. goaltending. So I don't know. Can he do that twice in a row? I doubt it. I think Logan Thompson's a really strong goalie. We should get to Team Canada now. It makes sense as we're talking about him.
Yeah.
So here are the lines again via Russo. McDavid with Celebrini and Wilson. McKinnon with Suzuki and Marchand. Crosby, third line center, with Mark Stone. Jesus Christ. With Mark Stone and Mitch Marner. And Bo Horvat with Brandon Hagel and Sam Reinhart. Your D pairs, Devin Taves the lesser, Cale Makar, Josh Morrissey, Colton Parayko, Drew Doughty, and Thomas Harley.
Yeah, and they got, as you said, Jordan Binnington, Logan Thompson, and Darcy Kemper are their goalies. Their extra forwards are Sam Bennett and Seth Jarvis. Extra defensemen are Travis Sanheim and Shea Theodore. So one of those two groups will also play. I think it was Bennett that was taking was lining up as the 13th forward. Didn't see who might be the 7th defenseman. But yeah, I mean, geez, just up and down the lineup, you just have talent everywhere. As you mentioned, Sidney Crosby, even still, like, I don't think his prime really ever ended. But he's your third line center. Nathan McKinnon is your second line. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy talented. But as you said, and as is very valid, the goaltending position is the problem with Canada. But I think in a tournament like this, you're going to see teams use two goalies at least. You give your starter the first game, and then maybe you give your quote unquote backup game 3 of the prelims or something like that. USA might do the same, where they give Hellebuck and Ottinger, that kind of split, or maybe they play all 3. Who knows? Depends on how comfortable they feel. But it's not. I feel like it's not set in stone that Jordan Binnington is going to start and finish this tournament as Canada's starter. And if he does, then that means he's playing well, and that's good news for Canada. I think this is very clearly the favorite in the tournament.
Yeah, I'm looking at these D pairs though, and I see a lot of old guys in there. Drew Doughty is 100. Colton Parayko is 100. I again, I'm not trying to take anything away from Canada, but I guess what I'm trying to do is make a case for the U.S. And I'll take their top 60 over Canada's too. Like Quinn Hughes, unbelievable. McAvoy, really good player. Slavin is one of the most underappreciated defensemen in hockey because of how strong he is defensively. That is, the Nicholas Hjalmarsson of Team USA, if you will. Mm-hmm. Brock Faber, we're all very familiar with him. And Zach Werenski, who leads all defensemen in scoring this year. Like, that's like having another forward. And we got a good look at Werenski, what was it, 2 of the last 3 or 2 of the last 4 against Columbus before the Olympic break. And he is a difference maker every time he's on the ice. you've got youth, you've got speed. So I think if you're, aside from goaltending, if you're looking for a U.S. advantage, I think that would be it. Is they're younger and they're faster.
Yeah,
So I don't think that. Sorry to interrupt you. I don't think Canada is like just like it's them and everybody else. I think U.S. has a very solid. I think somewhere published, it might have been the Athletic, that it was like a 50-50 when you go to the odds, like the statistical, like Domicision breakdown of the favorites. It was basically 50-50 for gold for these two.
Yeah. I mean, it is going to be close. Between those two teams, I think those are the top two favorite before we even, start talking about Sweden, who I wouldn't be surprised if they get into the gold medal game either. But yeah, I just look at it and I think one factor that I think is going to make a difference in this tournament is experience and is confidence. And I think Canada, they've got the confidence of having just won 4 nations, and they've got the confidence and experience led by Sidney Crosby, who's been on all of the major Canadian international teams that have done anything of consequence. 2010 gold medal, 2014 gold medal, 2016 World Cup of Hockey, 4 nations. Like, he's been the leader of all of that, and I think that's a big thing that is there for Canada. And for it feels like for the US, they're coming into this tournament with everything to prove, just like they did with 4 nations. They were going to go out and prove, like, hey, like we're in this, we're in this tournament just like anybody else, and should be at the head of the table. They're going to still come into this tournament with that mindset, and that's what's going to have to help them moving forward.
All right, Mario got a little jumbly there, so we'll let his connection recover. Points are taken for sure. I don't know if you can hear me. Mario, you suck. You hear that? I don't know if you heard that. Here's what I'll say. He's right about the confidence factor. That is certainly something. And Canada goes in there with that swagger, ready to win this. And the expectation is for them to win this tournament, and anything short of that is failure. And that's true for Canada. That also puts a lot of pressure on them, where the expectation every year, every time there's any sort of international tournament in hockey, if Canada's not winning gold, they're failures, they're bums, and they suck. So that's something. I also think, however you feel about the Tkachuks, Brady and Matthew, maybe you're tired of them, maybe you think they're overrated, maybe you'd give up your firstborn to have them on the Blackhawks, all those things perfectly valid for however you feel. Those guys will drag you into the war with them. Brady and Matthew will not let Team USA be intimidated. They will not. Remember, in the 4 nations, they are the ones who initiated the violence to start everything. And I think that they do, with a little less pressure than Canada, can go in there and feel good about a silver. They won't, right? But in terms of United States hockey as a whole, like capital U, capital S, capital hockey, will feel really good about an Olympic silver medal. The guys will be pissed, but it's not the sort of pressure where you see these Canadian guys getting death threats because they didn't win gold. So I think USA has a chance. We're going to get to our predictions coming up in a little bit, so that's definitely going to happen. And maybe you can predict mine. I don't know. But I don't think it's going to be just a cakewalk for Canada. And I think we might be a little bit underselling some of the other nations as well. So we'll see. It's going to be a really, really awesome tournament. I can't wait for it to start. All right, we're going to hit the break zone in a second here. If you haven't done it yet, we haven't asked you, so please do hit that like button for us. Make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube page as well. If you're listening on the podcast, make sure you follow or subscribe as well on your favorite app. And to do yourself a favor, on the podcast app, turn on those notifications so as soon as a new episode drops, you are informed and you know the new episode is out. Again, change in schedule this week, 11 a.m. today. As you can see, tomorrow's show ahead of the AHL All-Star Game will drop at 5:30. Interviews with Kevin Korchinski, Nick Lardis, Mark Bernard, potentially some more. We're trying to work on some other things, but it'll be a full show that drops at 5:30 p.m. on Wednesday, and then back to the normal 3 p.m. Time for the rest of the week. All right, we're going to hit the break zone. Talk to you in 2 minutes on CHGO Blackhawks. There is no better place to watch hoops than at Hooters, and join our CHGO Bulls crew tomorrow. That's Wednesday, February 11th at 6 p.m. at the Wells Street location downtown, 660 North Wells. Watch the Bulls and the Celtics with the CHGO Bulls crew. And guess what? Every Tuesday in February, that's today, your wing cravings can make a difference. Hooters is donating a portion of chicken wing sales to Holy Family Schools, helping fund tuition, books, classroom supplies, and more for kids in under-resourced communities. So far, they've raised over $1 million since 1992. Let's keep it going, because kids can't fly without wings. And it's also still the best spot in town for lunch. Get your Hooters faves for $9.99 or less, like boneless wings, OG wings, and more. Cheer on your favorite teams from any of their 11 Chicagoland Hooters locations, like the downtown location with CHGO Bulls, Oak Lawn, O'Hare, Orland Park, and more. Check them out at originalhooters.com.
Winter is still here, so you need to make sure that your home is still warm. Now's the time to make sure your furnace is up and running and up to date. Check that out with our friends at Four Seasons. If you have heating, air conditioning, plumbing, electric, and sewer issues, Four Seasons is the one to go to. They can also guarantee same-day installation for all of your heating, cooling, plumbing, electrical, and generator needs with no extra charge for service on nights, weekends, or holidays, because that's when things break all the time. And if you're talking about a new furnace, you can get one starting at $39 a month, or an AC furnace combo starting at $57 a month. Your trusted local experts for heating, air conditioning, plumbing, sewer, and electric are Four Seasons. You can go to fourseasonsheatingcooling.com for all of their special offers and money-saving coupons. Again, that's fourseasonsheatingcooling.com. Continue to stay warm as the temperature is still a little chilly.
All right, we are back on CHGO Blackhawks, and Mario has rejoined the show. Got a couple super chats we want to get to here real quick. Tornsey27 says, thanks for the pod, and throws us $2. Thank you very much. And our buddy Sprout 1969 says, nice. Sweden, Finland, USA medals. Canada falls early due to bad goaltending. That that would be wild. I'm here for it. I am here for that.
Hey, it's chaos reigns supreme. That would be a lot of fun.
That would be awesome.
All right, what did I miss as my?
I said you sucked to make sure if you were connected or not.
Perfect.
So don't take it personally. It was just a technical test. That's what fine. The troubleshooting guide said to do. I also talked about how you mentioned the confidence that Canada has. I said that with that confidence also comes a ton of pressure to win gold. It's gold or bust for them. Okay. And I also mentioned how the Tkachuk brothers will drag the rest of this roster into the war with them and will not be intimidated by Canada.
Yeah, no, that's all fair. I mean, hey, it's this tournament's going to have probably the most eyes on it that it's ever had since, the 2010, 2014 Olympics, because of the inclusion of the NHL players again, and because of just the hype around it. So it's going to be good viewing between those two teams. Should we get into the Nordic region?
Let's do it.
All right. Sweden
Reveal
first.
your Nordic regions.
Sweden. They got a pretty good team as well. You see here on your screen from left to right: Adrian Kempe, Joel Eriksson Ek, William Nylander, Philip Forsberg, Elias Lindholm, Lucas Raymond, Elias Pettersson, Mika Zibanejad, Ricard Raquel, Gabriel Landeskog, Alexander Wenberg, Jesper Bratt. Those are the forwards. Defensive group: former Blackhawk Gustav Forsling, Rasmus Dahlin, Victor Hedman, Rasmus Andersson, Philip Broberg, and Eric Carlson. Goaltenders: Jacob Markstrom, Philip Gustafsson, and Jesper Wallstedt. Extra forwards: Pontus Holmberg, Marcus Johansson, Oliver Ekman-Larsson, and Hampus Lindholm. Jay, your thoughts on the Swedes?
That's just always a very tough out. They just play such a disciplined, well-coached style of hockey. They play a very strong team game. And again, I'm not taking anything away from Canada and the U.S., but I think sometimes those things get a little, and I think we saw it with Canada a lot in the championship game in the Four Nations, is the people that were watching that game were like, can someone, John Cooper said it, Someone win the game. Someone do this, right? Like there was like, oh no, I couldn't possibly shoot. That would be selfish. And they pass and pass and pass. Sweden's like, F it, man. We are a unit. We are a team trying to win. And I think that is their superpower, is it's not about getting a teammate theirs or hiding from being the top dog on the team. It doesn't matter. It's 13 forwards, it's 7 defensemen, it's 2 goalies trying to win the game together without all the ego that goes along with the Canadian team and sometimes the US. And I will say too, like, I mean ego and like, I'm Connor McDavid, but I don't want to be a puck hog. I don't want to take over this game. I'm just going to distribute so no one calls me a puck hog. Screw that. Win the tournament. No one's ever said, like, you know what? They won gold, but didn't you think Sidney Crosby was a little bit selfish in that? What are we talking about here?
Yeah, I think Wayne Gretzky was a real selfish guy.
Yeah, right. And I think that is one of Sweden's edges, is that they've got superstar players. William Nylander, of course, like Elias Pettersson a few years ago, a superstar, of course, right? Like, but this is a team that is going to just play together, and they've also got always pretty good goaltending. Now, I know Markstrom hasn't been great shakes this year. Maybe not as strong as it's been in the past, but this is a team you can never count out in an international tournament. They just play such a strong game.
Yeah, no more Henrik Lundqvist and these international tournaments for Sweden, but they're going to be interesting because I think their most talented player in William Nylander is battling an injury, so that's tough.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, solid skill all around up front. Arguably one of the best, defensive groups as well. You got guys that have been there, like Hedman and Carlson, and you have Landeskog on the team as well. Like those guys have been on the big international stages before. I think for Sweden, like, my biggest question is going to be like, can you get to the gold medal game? Can you win this whole tournament without having the like elite centerman that is like a play driver, like a do it everything kind of guy? Because don't get me wrong, Eriksson Ek, Lindholm, Zibanejad, like those are all really top tier players, but I feel like Sweden's strength up front is on the wing, and you compare that to a Canada where it's McDavid, McKinnon, Crosby, 1, 2, 3 down the middle. It's a little different. So that's going to be my biggest thing to watch with Sweden, is how they attack the game and how they're aggressive down the middle, or if they just use their wings like Kempe and Forsberg and Raymond and Nylander. Like, do they use them as the driving force and just play to their strength?
This feels like the first time too where Sweden doesn't have like a bona fide superstar, and I guess you'd probably say William Nylander is right on the cusp.
And Landeskog, like those guys are stars in the NHL.
They're stars, but I'm talking about, like, they used to have Peter Forsberg, they used to have Henrik Lundqvist, like top of the league in the conversation for MVP, like every year. Those kind of, they don't seem to have those guys this year. Nylander is by far the best, I think. So I don't know. I just, they're just, all these players are strong defensively too. All of them.
Yeah.
So it's, they're going to be tough. All right, let's move on to Finland.
Finally, we can talk about, well, I should mention Anders Sorensen, coach with Sweden.
Oh yeah. I should have gotten my Ruutu jersey out. My Finland, it's right in my closet over there, but I can't reach it.
Yeah. Excuse me. Ooh, right in the microphone. Good job. Finland, the only Blackhawk on the roster, Teuvo Teravainen. Hey, there he is. He's going to be playing with Mikko Rantanen, Rupe Hintz, Michael Granlund, Arturi Lehkonen, Sebastian Aho, Eetu Listerainen, Anton Lundell, Capo Kakko, Eli Tolvanen, Eric Halla, and Yoel Armia. That's up front. On the back end, Miro Heiskanen, Esa Lindell, Nico Mikkola, Rasmus Ristolainen, former Blackhawks Olli Mata and Henri Jokiharju. In net, UC Saros, former Blackhawk Kevin Lankinen, Jonas Korpisalo, and then their extra skaters are Kasperi Kapanen, Joel Kiviranta, Mikko Lehtinen, and Nicholas Marin Palo. Man, it's a really good team. It's a really good, a lot of Dallas Stars.
Yeah.
It's a really good team. They feel like if there's ever going to be a team that everyone counts out and shouldn't, it's this Finland group. Like, I don't see anyone saying, "Oh, Finland, they're going to play in the gold medal game or anything." Like, I feel like a lot of people are discounting this group, and they're honestly, look around, they're stacked.
They're
Like
stacked.
Rantanen and Aho and Hintz and Heiskanen, like these guys are really good. I think in net is going to be a question with UC Saros, but I feel like this Finland group is like, even though they're one of the like power four, quote unquote, power five, I feel like a lot of people are not giving them a lot of credit.
We have seen what a motivated Mikko Rantanen can do in a short span. Last year's playoffs just was absolutely on fire for the Dallas Stars.
Mm-hmm.
Just historical numbers. Wasn't able to sustain it throughout, all the way to the Cup final. But holy crap, when Mikko Rantanen wants to dominate, he can dominate. And the team around him is good enough to hang. And, I could see games where they're, maybe outshot pretty significantly, but the game is close to the end.
Mm-hmm.
And when that's the case, and you've got guys like you mentioned, Aho, Hintz, Rantanen, like game-changing forwards that can, score and keep them in games and maybe win if they sneak one here or there, they could get a favorable matchup down the road. I never count out Finland. I think the top three are pretty clearly the top three, but it would not shock me in the least if Finland medaled.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I think this is going to be a really good team, a really like sneaky good team, and I think the thing that we saw with kind of that Finnish hockey resurgence, so to say, as we saw with some of their performances in World Championships, World Juniors, and everything, like the team game that they play, the buy-in that Finnish teams usually have is like, no one's going to individually be a me first player. Like, they all kind of work together as a group. You got a guy like Mikko Rantanen, as you said, working within a group of other all-star caliber guys. Like, that's going to be a really tough team. So I wouldn't be surprised. They got matched up in the group with Sweden. So that's going to be a fun prelim game. But that's going to be a big test for both those teams early before you get to the knockout round.
All right, one more before the final break zone. Team Czechia. Sweet uniforms, by the way. Left to right, Martin Necas, Tomáš Hertl, David Pastrnak, Andre Palat, David Kampf, Andre Case, Roman Cervenka, Lucas Sedlak, David Tomasek, Matai Strasny, Radek Faksa, and our old pal Dominic Kubalik. And your D pairs
lots of old pals on this team.
Lots of old pals. Radim Simek, Philip Hronek, Michael Kempney, Radko Gudas, Jan Ruda, old friend, and David Spacek, son of old friend.
A lot of former Blackhawks here. Also contenders Lucas Dostal, Karel Vejmelka, and Dan Vildar. Their extras are Jakob Fleck, Philip Shalpik. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing these correctly, but I'm doing my best. Yuri Tikacek and Tomas Kundracek. Yes.
Sure.
This is a Czechia group that's got a lot of pride. They won the World Championships 2 years ago, and that was a big deal for this group. Again, like, they don't have the star power, firepower from the NHL group, but I think you look at up front, Necas, Hertl, Pastrnak. Like, if there was ever a team that could top line their way to maybe surprising some groups, like, that's a pretty solid top line. I think the biggest question with Czechia is going to be their depth on both ends, and how much you trust the young Lucas Dostal to get you through this tournament.
Dostal, I could see him stealing a game or two for sure.
Yeah, I mean, he's good.
Yeah, so it's I don't think they're going to medal, but they're a team. They seem to be on the rise too. Like, when you look at the World Juniors, they're always competitive. You mentioned the World Championships. Like, I think this is a a nation that is on the rise for hockey. And you look back to, before the fall of the Soviet Union, when Czechoslovakia was competing as one nation, they were, when you talk about those teams, like they were mentioned with the Russians as like the second best hockey playing nation. Now Slovakia and Czechia split, so that talent pool gets watered down a little bit. But I feel like Czechia especially is on the rise and on the way back up, and could certainly upset some people. Yeah. If someone's going to knock out like a favorite, that's the team you would look at to do it.
Agreed.
All right, let's hit the break zone for the final time. Coming up next, some predictions and a look ahead to the 2030 Olympics and which Blackhawks might be part of it. That's all next on CHGO Blackhawks. Everyone look at Mario's awesome hat. It's a branded Bills hat, and whether you need snapbacks, truckers, fitteds, beanies, or tees, Branded Bills has you covered with performance and style. If you're looking for some gear to make your brand stand apart from the crowd, Branded Bills has you covered with the best custom headwear. Start your order, and their dedicated team will help you create the exact custom apparel you need. These are awesome hats, and they partner with 40 colleges, including 10 Big Ten schools. That's all of them, right? As part of their campus collection. That includes Ohio State, Minnesota, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Maryland, Michigan State, Penn State, Purdue, and those bums at USC. So if you want to get yourself a hat, head to brandedbills.com and use our code BBCHGO for 15% off your first order. And again, get your own custom stuff too. brandedbills.com, code BBCHGO.
New vehicles are in store at Ray Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, and this is your chance to score a great deal at the Auto Show sales event. You can head to Ray Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram on Route 12 in Fox Lake today to choose from their huge inventory of new Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Rams vehicles. And you can get 0% financing for 72 months on new Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Rams models, and you can shop over 125 vehicles priced under $20,000. And with the friendly team at Ray Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, they're there to help you during each step of your car shopping journey. And since they prioritize affordability, you know you won't overpay for the price that you need, for the car that you need at the price that you want, because what you see is what you pay with Ray's Price Promise. Go check out our partner today at their convenient location on Route 12 in Fox Lake, and don't miss out on the Auto Show sales event for huge savings going on all month long. You can also shop online at raycdjr.com. They've been serving the community since 1963.
All right, we are back on CHGO Blackhawks. We've got to do our predictions, and we got to do them quick.
All right. First prediction.
Yes.
Group winners. Jay, you had the groups mentioned. I've completely forgot them.
I've got them right here. Let's see. Group A, Canada, Switzerland, Czechia, and France. Group B, Finland, Sweden, Slovakia, and Italy. Group C, United States, Germany, Latvia, and Denmark.
All right. Out of Group A, I'm going to say Canada wins. Group B, I'm going to go Sweden. Group C, I'm going to go USA. Not very surprising. Group B, runner-up, going to be Finland. Group C, runner-up, I'm going to say Germany. Because you got to pull for Lucas Reichel.
Of course.
And Group A runner-up, Switzerland, because you got to pull for Philip Kurashev, of course.
Okay, I'm going...
So many former Blackhawks in this.
I'm going total chalk here. I'm going Canada, Sweden, US. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to actually go Czechia, Finland, Latvia.
Oh, okay.
Those are mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Who plays in the bronze medal game, and who wins?
Bronze medal game.
Now, I know the seeding will have to shake out, but who do you think is going to be in the 3-4 spot?
I've got Czechia and Sweden in the bronze, and I've got Sweden winning.
Okay. I'm going to put Finland over Sweden.
Ooh,
in the bronze game.
Spicy.
I'm gonna say Finland pulls the upset.
Okay.
All right, who's playing in your gold medal game and who wins?
I've got Canada and the United States, and I've got USA winning.
Oh, I'm gonna sound like a traitor because I also think Canada and US are destined to play in the final, and I think Canada is just I think they're just that fraction better. So I think this is Canada's tournament to win, and I think that they're going to do it. And hey, I mean, I don't think it's a slight to the U.S. to say that you're going to go home with bronze. Um, hey, I want the U.S. to win. Obviously, I'm going to root for them to win. It would be a lot of fun to see them win their first Olympic gold medal since 1980. You know, we were just yesterday talking about the 1980 documentary series and all that stuff. It would be great to have a modern hockey gold medal for the men's U.S. team in the biggest tournament that matters. They just won the World Championships. It would be awesome if they could follow it up with an Olympic gold. I'm pulling for them. I have my doubts, and I think Canada still, like, this is their tournament.
Okay.
Who is your underdog team? I think you mentioned Czechia a few times.
Czechia is my underdog team for sure. I think they're gonna jump up and bite a good team unexpectedly.
My underdog team is going to be in the group stage and probably the playoff round. Somehow Latvia always sticks their head in there and it's just like, hey, don't forget about us. We like to upset the Goliaths. So I won't be surprised if Latvia pulls something off in this tournament again, because they always seem to. Not saying that they're going to go on any runs, but I mean, look out if that Latvia USA game is tighter than it should be.
Okay.
Who is your tournament MVP?
Well, as I have the U.S. winning gold, I am going to go with Connor Hellebuck as my tournament MVP. Hopefully, he will silence the hashtag haters with a Z about his postseason and meaningful performances and have a great tournament. If he doesn't, they're not going to win gold. I think it's really going to fall on his shoulders. And look, do I think Jake Ottinger could do it? Yes. Do I think Jeremy Swayman could do it? Sure. But I think their best chance at gold is Connor Hellebuck remains the Connor Hellebuck we think he is.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. If he has that kind of tournament, then I would think the U.S. is probably, in a prime position to get gold. I'm going to go with a guy who is probably waited for this moment for a long time, much longer than he thought he ever would, and is psychotic. I'm going to go with Nathan MacKinnon. I feel like this is a guy who plays hockey and plays in these moments. You've seen him in the playoffs, seen him in the cup final. This is a guy that is wired for these kinds of games. And I feel like I feel like it's easy to say McDavid, but I think MacKinnon is going to use this tournament as a showcase of, like, hey, you can say Connor McDavid's the best player in the world, but I'm gonna show you something else. I'm gonna show you what for. I'm gonna tell you that for free, all that stuff that Nathan MacKinnon usually says. So I'm gonna go with Nathan MacKinnon as the MVP of the tournament. Do you have a leading scorer prediction?
You just talked about him, Nathan MacKinnon, who I love that they're like, have you had a chance to take any of this in? No.
Yeah.
I'm not here to take in anything except a gold medal. So, yeah, he is laser focused. He is, I still give McDavid the edge over him in terms of who is the best player in the league, but it is razor thin. Mm-hmm. And if you could even have that conversation with a guy like McDavid in the league, that tells you all you need to know about Nathan MacKinnon. And I feel like maybe he gets overshadowed because he is on, in my opinion, a better team. So maybe he blends in a little bit. Edmonton, Canadian team, gets a lot of attention, but MacKinnon is unbelievable. I think he is going to be the scoring leader, and I think it's going to be by a decent margin, like 4 or 5 points. Like,
it could be.
Yeah, I could see him just kind of saying, I'm going to do this myself. I got it.
Yeah. I'm going to go. So I had MacKinnon as MVP. I think him and McDavid, likely, like you said, the scoring race is going to be between those two guys. But I'm going to say McDavid has more points. But I'm gonna say that MacKinnon puts more up during the big games. Like
okay, bigger moments.
Yeah, I think, and that's not to say Connor McDavid won't or couldn't. I'm just thinking, here I'm trying to predict a scenario in my head for this tournament. I think you might see a point or two difference between the two of them. in favor of McDavid, but I think maybe there might be a scenario that plays out in a semifinal or a final where McKinnon puts up a multi-point game or something like that. All that being said, the guy who scored the Four Nations OT winner was Connor McDavid. So
yeah,
don't count him out.
The also in my mind is Sidney Crosby's last Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
I could see a man possess Sidney Crosby in this tournament too.
Last Olympics, so says you.
Yeah, well, yeah. Perhaps I'm. I don't know.
Don't count him out yet.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean,
that wouldn't shock me either.
He could have a really good performance throughout this tournament, and end up leading Canada anyways. Who knows?
Yep.
All right. Do we want to have a prediction for the NHL or for the Olympic All-Star team? So 3 best forwards, 2 best defensemen, best goalie.
Sure.
Right. I have a list.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say the 3 forwards are gonna be McDavid, McKinnon, and I'm gonna go with on the U.S. side. I'm gonna say the top forward from the U.S. is gonna end up being Matthew Tkachuk.
Okay.
Defensively, sorry.
Yeah. No,
I'm just gonna run through defensively. I'm gonna say Rasmus Dahlin has a really good tournament, and I'm gonna go with Cale Makar as well. In net, I think Connor Hellebuyck's gonna be the best goaltender.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Nathan McKinnon, Sidney Crosby, and Jack Eichel at forward. My defensemen, Cale Makar and Zach Werenski. And I think Lucas Dostal is gonna have a couple of games where he puts on a show and gets kind of like a courtesy.
Gets the vote.
Right. We're not going to go all US and all Canada. So here's a little like tip of the hat all-star honor for you.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have time. I think we have time for both of these final discussions, but let's start with the Hawks one first, and then maybe we can have a little bit of fun in overtime regarding NHL or Olympic All-Star teams of past. So we're looking at the 2030 Olympics, which are going back to France. They were just there for the Summer Games. Who from the current group of Blackhawks do you foresee being either locks or in the discussion for the 2030 Olympic teams for their respective countries?
I have 3 locks. Connor Bedard, Anton Frondel, and Vaclav Nestersil will be locks.
Oh, okay.
I think Nestersil will be on Team Czechia in 4 years.
Hey, that would be wonderful.
Yeah.
I think that is. I mean, he's made a big impression. Nestersil has for sure. I agree with Bedard. I think I think by then he will have solidified himself as one of the 13 or 14 best forwards amongst the Canadian group, and some of these guys that are on this team are going to retire and all that, likely with maybe Crosby, Marchand, all those guys. So I'd say Bedard for sure. Frondel is I feel good about him, but and same with Nestersil. I feel like they would have to hit the ground running in the NHL to crack those rosters at the ages that they'll be. But I mean, if Frondel does, then that's all the better for the Hawks. Another guy I'm going to say is a lock is Spencer Knight. I think in 4 years' time, he will be in the conversation or will have made himself in that conversation of one of the 3 best U.S. goalies. Goalies can be fickle sometimes. Like, I know Hellebuyck has been like the best U.S. goalie for almost a decade, it feels like.
Yep.
But we see Canada, like it's sometimes it can be shaky. You see some teams, sometimes it's from one tournament to the next, they have completely different goaltenders. So I wouldn't be certain that Hellebuyck, Ottinger, Swayman pencil them in for 2030 either. I think Spencer Knight's going to be in that conversation as well.
I think I would add in the discussion, Frank Nazar and Alex Vlasic is in the conversation, but I wouldn't. I feel like Vlasic's chances are getting smaller just because he has not accelerated. I think we might be close to seeing exactly what he is, which is still a really good middle pair guy.
Yeah.
Dependable defender with some decent offensive upside, but I don't know how much more on the Alex Vlasic bone there is. Nazar, I think, in 4 years should be one of the better United States forwards. And I'm going to go back and look at the rosters, and it's like, who's old? Like, who's gonna? The problem is there's not a lot of old guys on this team, right? I mean, like a lot of these guys are
4 years in the NHL can age you a little bit.
Sure, but maybe Brock Nelson will be out, JT Miller will be out.
I don't think you're bringing back Trocheck or
those guys. Jake Gensel, who knows what he's going to look like. I mean, you could even probably say, what are the Kachucks going to look like in 4 years too, based on the way they play. Yeah. But they are the faces of USA, so I think he's got a shot. By the way, we are in overtime, so if you're watching on the fast channels, switch over to allchgo.com to continue watching. But yeah, other than that, unless I'm missing, a prospect that's way down there, I like your call on Spencer Knight. I think that's really solid. I think that could certainly happen. I actually feel better about that than I do about Nazar.
Yeah. I think, because I think it's, you look at what Nazar would have to do to get into that top 14 U.S. forward conversation. Like, I know he had a really good World Championships, and he was invited to the to the U.S. orientation camp over the summer, but definitely like he would have a lot of work to do to really get into that conversation because of how talented the group is. That guys like Boldy and Jack Hughes, and even though they were left off this roster, I'd imagine in 4 years, Jason Robertson and Cole Caulfield are still in that conversation. The Kachucks, Eichel doesn't seem like he's slowing down. Austin Matthews, like those still are those top elite guys. So for Nazar to get into that conversation he'd have to be like a Brandon Hagel has been with Team Canada over the last few years, where he's really made a name for himself within the NHL and gets on the radar of U.S. hockey.
Well, in 4 years, I mean, we all predict the Blackhawks will be significantly better. Whether or not they're competing for a Stanley Cup or they're a favorite or anything like that remains to be seen. But they should be a playoff team, and if they're not, there's going to be massive changes made.
And if they're not, then most of these guys aren't going to the Olympics.
But they'll be getting the conversation about, they'll be more on the everyday eye of hockey watchers. I know the Hawks are they're forced on national television a lot, but in terms of like everyday coverage and important highlights, and you'll see them a lot more, and they'll have a much brighter spotlight. Yeah. Just like if the Blackhawks were out of the playoffs and when Patrick Sharp was scoring 35 goals, like Patrick Sharp would not have been part of Team Canada, right? You know what I mean? Just because he would have been, okay, he's a good player, but because he was on the great Blackhawks teams, he got a lot of attention that way.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, yeah.
All right, I got some fun stuff.
All right, if you're asking me to what team is it? I'm so bad at this stuff. So I'm gonna struggle really bad.
The NHL put this out.
Okay.
I'm going to give you plenty of hints. Don't worry. But these are the past 4 Olympic All-Star teams in Olympic games that have featured NHL players. So 2002, 2006, 2010, and 2014. So let's go all the way back. Okay. 24 years ago in Salt Lake City, 2002. Who was the Olympic All-Star team? 3 forwards, 2 defensemen, 1 goalie. I will say right now, there is a former Blackhawk on this list, but they did not play for the Blackhawks at this time.
Okay. I am not cheating. I am looking at my computer, but all I'm doing is I'm looking at all-star rosters so I can get my era correct, era calibrated. Okay.
Era of player. Yes.
Era of player calibrated. Okay. So I'm going to say 2002. Yager.
2002. No Jaromir Jagr.
Okay. How about Mario Lemieux?
No Mario Lemieux.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, Dominik Hasek has to be.
No.
Wow.
All right. Here's a few more.
Hold on. Give me a couple. Let me get a couple more. Let me get a couple more.
Go for it.
Jerome McGinley.
No.
All right. Now I'm quitting.
All right. Here. I'll give you another hint. So there is a former Blackhawk on this group. He did not play for the Blackhawks at the time of the 2002 Olympics.
Okay.
And both defensemen are American.
Okay, so Chelios.
Yes, there you go.
Are both defensemen are former Hawks, so are they?
No.
Okay.
Both defensemen are American.
How about
One
Chris
is
Pronger?
Chelios. Not Chris Pronger. He's not American.
And duh, yeah.
American defenseman, late
Jovanovski?
90s, early 2000s. Nope.
I feel like Brian Leach would be too old at that point.
Are you sure?
I guess not. Was it Brian Leach?
The defensemen were Chris Chelios and Brian Leach.
Okay. All right.
Goaltender, also American.
American goaltender. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
American goaltender. Mike Richter?
Yes.
Nice.
All right.
Didn't even make the All-Star team, by the way.
No. But hey, he had a good Olympics, I guess.
Yeah.
3 forwards. An American, a Canadian, and a Swede.
Matt Sundin.
Yes.
Okay, it wasn't Lemieux or Yager. American. Oh, how about Brendan Shanahan?
Nope.
Okay. You said a Swede?
You
got the Swede.
You
okay.
got Matt Sundin.
Yeah, I was going to say Marcus Naslund, but
a
no.
Canadian and an American forward to round out 2002. 2002 hockey.
Owen Nolan?
No.
All right, give him to me.
All right, the Canadian was on the Colorado Avalanche.
Sakic.
Yes.
Okay.
The American was on the Philadelphia Flyers.
Roenick?
Was not Jeremy Roenick.
Leclerc.
Teammates, John Leclerc. Yes,
yeah.
There you go. John Leclerc, Joe Sakic, Matt Sundin, Chris Chelios, Brian Leach, Mike Richter. All right, on to 2006.
All right.
I will say, no North Americans on this list.
Not at all?
Not at all. All European players.
All right, well, then it's got to be Dominik Hasek.
Nope.
No way.
Nope.
Okay. No Americans.
No Americans, no Canadians. One former Blackhawk. One random former Blackhawk.
Okay. How about Yager on this one?
Nope.
Ovechkin.
Yes. Alex Ovechkin is one of the forwards.
Okay. Nick Lidstrom.
Yes, he's one of the defensemen.
Zdeno Chara.
No.
Sergei Zubov.
Nope.
All right, give me the rest.
The random former Blackhawk is a defenseman. Mid-2000s defenseman. Not
and
North
he
American.
was not North American.
Yes. Won a Stanley Cup.
Oh, Kimmo Timonen?
Yes.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Right. You got two forwards, and the goaltender are all from the same country.
Jesus.
Mid-2000s.
European goalie.
Mm-hmm. I'd be shocked.
Nikita Kiprusoff.
No. I think same country though. Yes, same country, different goalie.
Finnish goalie.
Finland. At the time, played for the Flyers.
Oh God. No, give it to me.
Antero Niittymaki.
Oh my God. I would never in 1,000 years I would not have gotten that. So
all right. So your two forwards you're missing are both Finnish. Mid-2000s Finnish forwards.
Tuomo and Jarkko Ruutu.
No. As much as your heart would want it to be. No.
I don't know. Give them to me.
Teemu Selanne.
Okay, yeah.
And Saku Koivu.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Somehow that number not retired, by the way, by the Canadians. So weird.
Yeah, for real. So Saku Koivu, Teemu Selanne, Alex Ovechkin, Nick Lidstrom, Kimmo Timonen, and Antero Niittymaki were the 2006 All-Stars. All right,
Sure.
2010, more recent.
All right.
Let's
Crosby
see.
was great.
Obviously, 3 forwards, 2 defensemen, a goalie. There are 3 Americans, 2 Canadians, and I'll say a European country because I don't want to give it away, but a European country.
Okay. So I'm going to say Crosby.
No.
Wait, give me the countries again. I'm just writing them down.
There
so I
are
don't forget.
2 Canadians, 3 Americans, and a European.
Okay. Jonathan Toews, if I'm not mistaken, led Canada in scoring.
And was also an All-Star.
Okay. All right.
So Toews was on there.
Okay.
There is another former Blackhawk on this list.
Another Corey Perry.
No.
Because of the way you laughed.
Quote unquote former Blackhawk.
Oh, what's that guy who fell off the face of the earth?
No.
The defenseman.
Fell off the face. It was.
Is it Marc-Andre Fleury?
No, he's not the goalie. No.
Okay. I got nothing on that one. Sorry.
At this time, he played for the Nashville Predators.
Nashville Predators. Who was good on the Predators back then? Shea Weber.
Yes, there you go.
Okay. All right.
Those were the 2 Canadians, Toews and Weber.
Okay.
So you got
3 Americans, you said.
1 American forward, 1 American defenseman, a European forward, and an American goaltender. That should give it away.
All right. I'm going to say Zach Parise is the forward.
Yes.
Goaltender. Was that Tim Thomas?
No.
Who else was in that era? Would that be Ryan Miller?
Yes, it would.
Future Blackhawk Ryan Miller?
Yes. Let it play out.
Okay. And then what else do I need? What am I missing?
An American defenseman and a European forward.
American defenseman. If it's Parise, it's got to be Suter.
No.
Huh.
Older
than Ryan Suter? It's nobody. Eric Johnson?
Nope. Older.
Okay. This is a long shot.
Saw a lot of him in the postseason.
Was Brian Rafalski in that?
Yes, it was.
And he was an MVP or an All-Star?
He was an All-Star. Brian Rafalski.
He had to be what, like 34 at that?
Yeah.
Let's see, Brian Rafalski.
He would have been up there.
He's 52. Yeah, so that wow. Yeah, he had to be what, 36? Yeah,
36.
Holy cow.
Good for him.
That's crazy.
All right, the European forward.
All right. Timo Solani.
No. Played for the Canucks at this time.
Okay. Is that Naslund?
No.
Oh, Nicholas Backstrom.
Nope.
Really?
No, he would have been on the Capitals, Nicholas Backstrom.
Oh, yeah. What team did you say it was on?
It was on the Canucks at this time.
Oh, a Sedin. Give me a Sedin.
Not a Sedin. He's from Slovakia. Very good friends with Marian Hossa.
Oh, Gabrick?
Nope.
Dimitra.
Yes.
Okay.
Pavel Dimitra. 2010 was Dimitra, Parise, Toews, Rafalski, Weber, and Miller. All right, 2014. Let's wrap it up strong.
Oh, dear God.
We got 2 North Americans,
right.
one U.S., 1 Canadian, and then 4 Europeans. I'll tell you 2 Finnish players, 2 Swedish players, and one of these players we've already mentioned.
Okay. So
and I hope you get the American last.
Okay. Would it be 2014? What? That's Erik Karlsson's on the scene at this point.
Yes, he is, and he is an all-star.
Okay, so that's one Swedish gone.
One of the defensemen.
All right. Who else was great then? Can I grab a Sedin now?
No, you cannot.
Okay. Because of your USA hint, I'm going to say it's Phil Kessel.
Yes, it is.
All right.
Olympic All-Star Phil Kessel.
All right. So that eliminates the Americans.
At 2 forwards, 1 defenseman, and a goalie. Left.
2 forwards, 1D, and a goalie.
And one of these players we've already mentioned.
Shea Weber?
Not Shea Weber.
2 forwards. I needed my Canadian player. I would say Drew Doughty had a good tournament.
Yes, he did. Drew Doughty and Eric Carlson are your defensemen.
Okay. I'm writing down the guys I've gotten right.
You've got
I still need
Kessel, Doughty, and Carlson. So you need 2 forwards and the goalie.
All right. Yeah, my brain's dead, dude. I'm done. I will say Teemu Selanne because we mentioned it before, but he was old.
Selanne is there. Yes.
Really?
Yes, Teemu Selanne for Finland.
Damn. Okay.
Can you think of a Swedish goaltender in 2014 who was good?
Henrik Lundqvist?
Yes.
Oh, crazy.
All right. And the other forward was Selanne's teammate with Finland.
Selanne's teammate with Finland.
I played for the Wild at this time.
Oh, God.
Is also on Team Finland for this tournament.
Granlund?
Yes.
Michael really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Well done.
I still think of him as young. I don't know why. I think he just looks young.
I mean, he would have been in his early 20s for that tournament.
Damn.
But yeah,
I'm so bad at that stuff. Holy cow.
Now, if I asked you all their numbers, you would have had it right away.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, I love stuff like that. Like trying to think back to those.
It was helpful to have the NHL All-Stars in front of me just so I could calibrate my brain to that time. Player. Yeah.
Nation of origin, please.
Without that, I would have been
use it in a sentence, please.
I would have been screwed without that.
Yeah, that's fun. Well,
yeah,
that's good. That took a lot longer than I expected, but it was still fun, and I hope people liked playing along at home.
Yeah. Well, I hope you didn't miss your flight to Rockford.
No, it's we got plenty of time.
All right, good.
We have good news in the chat though.
Yeah, Chloe, she got her Noah Con tickets. She was like, "We got to be done by noon." No, sorry. That's not how this works.
I didn't purposely run 18 minutes long on purpose. I thought that game would go faster, but no, it was fun.
I told you I'm bad at those. My 48-year-old brain is addled. I'm no longer useful and can no longer think.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to the Olympics. I think all our predictions are going to be 100% true. And if we're not, then no one will know.
That's right. All right. We will talk to everybody tomorrow. 5:30 show drop. Korchinski, Lardis, Mark Bernard, and much more. So don't miss that show. Remember, skills competition tonight on CHSN and NHL Network. Mario will be there, and the whole crew will be in Rockford tomorrow. So say hi if you see us. Buy us some pig slop.
Sure. That'd be great.
All right. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 5:30 on the CHGO Blackhawks podcast.